the second half of Chapter 5 of The Westing Game by Alan Raskin. Why, hello, Judge Ford. Proud of her liberalism, Grace Winslow Wexler stood and leaned over the table to shake the black woman's hand. She must be here in some legal capacity, or maybe her mother was a household maid. But of one thing Grace was certain. J.J. Ford could no more be related to Samuel W. Westing than Mr. Who. Can't we get started? Mr. Who asked, hoping to get back in time to watch the football game on television. I must return to my restaurant, he announced loudly. Sunday is our busy day, but we are still accepting reservations. Shin Hu's restaurant on the 5th floor of Sunset Tower, specializing in... Doug tugged at his father's sleeve. Not here, Dad. In front of the dead? What dead? Mr. Who had not noticed the open coffin. And now he did. Oh! The lawyer explained that several heirs had not yet arrived. My wife is not coming, said Mr. Who. Grace said, Dr. Wexler was called away on an emergency operation. An emergency Packers game in Green Bay, Turtle confided to Flora Bombat, who scrunched up her shoulders and tittered behind a plump hand. Then we are waiting for one, no, two more, the lawyer said, fumbling with his papers, his hands shaking under the strict scrutiny of the judge. Judge Ford had recognized E.J. Plum. Several months ago, he had argued before her court, bumbling to the point of incompetence. Why, she wondered, was a young, inexperienced attorney chosen to handle the estate of such importance? Come to think of it, what was she doing here? Curiosity? Perhaps, but what about the rest of them, the other tenants of Sunset Towers? Don't anticipate, Josie Joe. Wait for Sam Westing to make the first move. Light footsteps were heard in the hall. It was only Angela, who blushed and, hugging her tapestry bag close to her body, returned to her seat. The heirs waited. Some chatted with neighbors. Some looked up at the gilt ceiling. Some studied the pattern of the oriental rug. Judge Ford stared at the table, at Theo Theodoricus's hand. A calloused hand, a healed cut, the shiny slash of a burn on deep bronze skin. She lowered her hands to her lap. His Greek skin was darker than her black skin. Thump, thump, thump. Someone was coming. Or were there two of them? In came Crow, eyes lowered, without a word. She sat down next to Otis Amber. A dark cloud passed from her face as she eased off a tight shoe under the table. Thump, thump, thump. The last expected heir arrived. Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I haven't quite adjusted to this. And Seidel Pulaski waved a gaily painted crutch in the air, tottered, and set it down quickly with another thump. This crutch, what a horrible word, but I guess I'll have to get used to it. She pursed her bright mouth, painted to a fullness beyond the narrow lines of her lips, trying to suppress a smile of triumph. Everyone was staring. She knew they would notice. What happened, Pulaski? Otis Amber asked. Did you pull Turtle's braid again? More likely she visited Wexler the foot butcher, Sandy suggested. Seidel was pleased to hear someone come to her defense with a loud click of the tongue. She had not even blinked a false eyelash at those offensive remarks, poise they call it. It's really nothing, she reported gravely. Just some sort of wasting disease. But pity me not. I shall live out the remaining time, enjoying each precious day to the full. Thump, thump, thump. The secretary kept to the side of the room, avoiding the oriental rug that might cushion the thump of her purple-striped crutch, as she made her way to the end of the table. Her exaggerated hips were even more exaggerated by the wavy stripes of white on her purple dress. Purple waves, Turtle thought. Denton Deer almost fell off his chair, leaning back to follow the most unusual case. First, she favored her left leg, then her right leg. What is it? Whispered Mrs. Wexler. The intern did not have the least notion, but he had to say something. Traveling sporadic myotosis, he pronounced quickly and glanced at Angela. Her eyes remained on her embroidery. The lawyer stood, documents in hand, and cleared his throat several times. Grace Windsor Wexler, her chin tilted in the regal pose of an heiress, gave him her full attention. 1 minute, please. The Seidel Pulaski propped her purple and white striped crutch against the table and then removed a shorthand pad and pencil from her bag. Thank you for waiting. You may begin.